as soon as you are going to where it is, yeah, when we call this AMDP method for the very first time, a procedure will get created inside the corresponding ABAP schema, right? Same thing we are going to check. There is my class name. I will copy and I will open my HANA DB. There is the one. This is the procedure. I will filter. So right click and filter. Class name, static operator. And then we are going to use the method name as it is a static method. So there is the method display sum. Go and check. Click on OK. Wait a second. I need to refresh. So refresh. Then I will implement this filter. Filter. Again the class name and display sum. Display underscore sum. No, nothing is coming. All right. Okay. So, but before we need to call it, let me call it first. Then I will check. There is my class, my SAP logon. Let's create one program and call this one. SC38. Test AMDP. Test AMDP. My request. And here, now what I am going to do, I will call this class. And there is the method display sum. So 20, 10, and my sum output. Write statement LV output. Activation and check it. Yeah, it looks good. Now I'll go back here. There is some issue. Let me close it and reopen it. A procedure gets generated as soon as we are going to call this for the very first time. So I'll open. Catalog, my ABAP relevant schema, SAP HANA DB. There is my procedure. So right click, filter, and class name, say static operator, and the method name. Click on OK. Now check it. Check it. Can you see this procedure? Can you see this procedure, everyone?
Yes.
Right? Just compare it with your AMDP method that you have created. So if you open this class, let me just show you. I'll go to Eclipse. Compare this one. This was your method. This method you turn it into a AMDP method. So now check it. How many importing parameter? Two. There is your exporting parameter. Check the procedure. Check this procedure. Two importing and one exporting parameter. In and out. In and out. So we can do any sort of things using these AMDP methods. Say I want to create a table and I want to store some data into that. Suppose I want to create a table. Let's say I want to create one table. So I'm giving class methods and let's say create table and fill data. And suppose one input I'm taking. So importing pass by value should be there, right? So value keyword and one input I'm importing. So let's say p input parameter input type integer. That's what I'm taking. We will implement this method, add implementation, and then I will turn it into a AMDP method. So by database procedure for HDB language. So by database procedure for HDB language, SQLScript options read only. Okay. But here we are going to perform the create operation. So read only is not needed. The body of AMDP method cannot be empty. All right. So I will declare one integer. Say I'm declaring one integer. Declare I integer. Yeah. Here what I will do, I will declare one more variable where I'm going to have some values inside the table. So say I want to store employee name and it is of varchar 50 or 40, whatever it is. Okay. Then I will create my table simply here. Yeah. So I'll go for a table creation, create column table. Let's say Z employee Amrit. So employee Amrit job 34372910. Let's see this. And having EMP ID. So EMP ID as integer, EMP name, here EMP ID, EMP name as varchar, same type 50. And I will also pass a normal primary key. Let's see whether it is possible or not. A primary key, this employee ID will act as a primary key for us. So primary key will be my employee ID. Yeah. ABAP that is saying this ABAP object and DDK object must be declared in the using clause of the method. All right. What if I create without? But I want to create a table from here. You can do it. Okay, let me just activate and check. No, we can't do it. Okay, let it be. This we can't do it here. But something we can do it directly from this. If you go there here and if you try to create a procedure, the problem with AMDP is a different. I was thinking we can do it. Okay, no problem. Say I'm just selecting my SQL console and here I want to create one table. Same thing, create procedure, create table. Here Z naming convention is not needed as it is not part of a ABAP, right? So create table, let's say Amrit 1 and I will take input X as integer and as begin. Here I can just do the declaration, declare I integer, declare employee name, varchar 50, and then now I can create the table. So there is my syntax. I'll just bring it here. Create employee Amrit tab with this employee name and employee ID as primary key. Now I can simply store the data into this. So for loop I in 1 to X, which I am taking input, how many data I have to store here, and do loop. So employee underscore name is equal to employee, and I will concatenate it with my this integral value which I am looping. So whatever integer we will send in the input, accordingly this will be created. So I'll convert it into a varchar and my integer. Once it is done, we can simply insert. So insert into this table and the values will be I and employee name. And then we can do and here. So and for final end. This is my creating table. And this one is storing data in the table. Activate it. See, statement got executed. This table has been created, right? Now, if I call this procedure, you are going to see the result. Go and call this procedure. So one more SQL console, call procedure. There is my question mark. I will execute it. Say I want to store 10 values. Wait a second, there is one problem. Yeah. So I will call it. All right, I will call it. Yeah. This got executed. What will happen now? As soon as I will call this procedure will be executed. This table will be created and it will store 10 records into it. Now, if I try to write a select query over it, you can check it. There is my table. I will open a new console. My select star from this table and execute it. See, 10 records got inserted or not, right? That is the power of SQL script. We can perform any sort of programming operations and everything you can consume here in case of AMDP. But there are certain different features in the AMDP. Here it is mandatory if we are using any dictionary artifacts, then using table name or structure name, whatever it is, it must be used. Okay, I will come to that one by one, right? Meanwhile, is this part was clear that we saw yesterday? Nish, Soumya, is this part was clear that we saw yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, then let's continue it, right? Let's continue one by one. All right. So another thing with this AMDP, with global classes that we have in this Eclipse, a very important feature that SAP has taken from different programming language. Let me just show you. Uh, what if, very important note, note. In Java programming, every code is written inside the classes. There is a default main method which always gets executed first. Executed first. So for SAP on cloud system, where we don't have the GUI, don't have the SAP GUI, SAP has given us this main method also, so that we can locally we can execute and check our values for SAP classes. So this also you can try, you can implement. Yeah. So the name of the interface which must be implemented, for this is if underscore u underscore adt underscore class run. There is your interface which must be implemented. There is your interface which must be implemented. So let me just show you. Earlier, let me create one more class. I will just go to this package, new ABAP class, Z first, second AMDP class, AMDP class. Next, right? So here, check it. I will implement this interface. If underscore u interfaces, if underscore object oriented ADT class run. There is the interface. This interface, if you go here and if you press F3, there you are going to see there is the interface, and can you see one main method inside it? Right? Can you see this one main method inside it? So this is a default main method this interface has given, and it is asking for its implementation. So suppose I am creating one method here which I want to execute locally. Display message, or let's say I want to display sales, and I'm saying nothing. I'll write the logic implementation. So here method, display sales, and method. We can have importing parameter also. What should we do? Or better, I'll just write a select query, select employee ID. Sorry, sales, it is there now. So Weblin date from VBAK, time, username from VBAK and storing it into table, add the data LTVBAK and up to 10 rows. Yeah, there is the one. We can have a importing parameter here also. So, yeah, or better exporting. What should be the type? I will give here one type, table type I will create. LT data type table of VBAK and exporting here LT result type this LT data. Soumya, is this a table type? Is this a table type? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? So I'm just using this here, a local table type I created. Now what I'm saying, instead of this, go for the select star from VBAK into table LT VBAK. And now I will simply transfer this into the exporting parameter. So LT result is equal to corresponding as LT VBAK. So suppose one method I have created, right? One way to execute it is I activated it and I will right click, run as ABAP application. I went there, I can execute this method via ABAP parameter and it will return me the output. It is returning the 10 records, right? But what if we do not have the ABAP application layer here? That's why I said in ABAP on cloud system, we don't have the SAP GUI. So SAP has given us this main method also, which we can use for local testing of this. How? Implement the main method, add implementation for main. There you see automatically the interface name, tilde operator and main method. Now here you can call this display sales. So display sales, it will return you here LT result. So uncomment it. I will receive it into data LT underscore output. And then here we have one out, write a statement. And then you can simply display everything that you want. Send your data LT output. This you can try. Automatically, this main method will be one which is going to be displayed first. A very important note here I'm writing for all of you. Write a statement normally not works in the ABAP on cloud system. Because there we don't have the ABAP application layer. So this is how you are going to print it. Now you can check, activate, and execute it. Here you will see there is another option, ABAP application console. In the console, you can get the result. Check your console. Can you see this? Wait a second. There is a new ABAP syntax. Let me first close this one. I will clear this console. Then we will do the debugging first. whether we are getting the result or not. AMDP class. This one. Oh, sorry. Clear this console. And here I'll put one breakpoint. So continue. I will execute it. So run as console. I will open the here the output one also. So window, my appearance, so view, internal table. I will check this LT output here. It is there. Okay, so we are getting the result. Let me just click on continue. This console is still empty. It is not showing any value. Do we have any problem here? Uh, don't seem so. It should have any problem. Where it is going? Data LT output is there. Looks good. Wait a second. Out. Right. Data type any. Returning value. Importing data. What's the problem here? LT output. Let me just check it again. Run as ABAP application console. Not printing anything. One string message. Hello. Please print the value. Check it again. Console sync. Okay, it is printing this one, but why it is not getting the where is this LT output? Okay, let's try this. LT output. There is some issue here. I'm not be able to write it maybe correctly, or there can be one more problem. It might not getting fitted in the same way. Okay, let's just create one structure so that we can understand it better. Types begin of TYVBAK, VBAK, and Weblin type Weblin VA, type date, end of TYVBAK. I will make this one the type, only two columns, and here Weblin and date. So 10 rows, it should return here. Then we are getting the data in LT output. So LT output. Okay, let's check now. Activate. Clear this console. Run as console. Yeah. Can you see now? Everyone, can you see this?
Yes.
Right. Earlier, the problem was we were taking entire column of VBAK, so 400 column might not be getting fitted into the console, so we were not getting the exact result. But see, now I decoupled it into two parts, only two columns, so we are getting the result. This is a very interesting thing. Using the main method, this will be the one which will get executed at first. This, wait a second. This main method, it will automatically get executed at first, and you can use the write method of this out variable automatically here. This is a standard out variable given by SAP, and it has got one component called write. You can send anything. Here I am sending an internal table. If you want to print a string, you can just write a message, hi, I am testing this output in console. So if I activate this now, and if I check it, run as ABAP application, sorry, not ABAP application. I need to check it as a ABAP application console. So ABAP application console, see, can you see this, right? So this is a interesting feature of ABAP on cloud. I'm just wanted to explain you. So you can also do the testing other than the GUI part, by using this if ADT class run, right? Okay, let's move on to this AMDP in detail. Say I want to perform a CRUD operation. Suppose I want to write a select query. So how am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to do that? I want to write one query which is going to return me the data. Same thing we can try here. Let's create one separate class so that we can understand it better. Now focus on AMDP only. Yeah, don't save. I will create a new class here and Z second AMDP class. AMDP class. As usual, we will add our interface if AMDP. Yeah, there is our interface marker HDB. Next, transport request. And here I will declare my method. So suppose there is my methods display sales. Okay. And here I am just exporting again the same thing that we have done, but this I want to use AMDP. Exporting pass by value, my LT result, let's say, and one type is needed. So I'll create one LT data local. Here I will declare this structure. So types keyword, begin of TY sales, and I will have the column Weblin, date, name. Suppose 5 column I am taking from my VBAK table, and of TY underscore VBAK. A local table type I will also create. Again, you can do these things directly from your SE11, or you can also locally declare it. It totally depends on you. So LT data type table of TY sales. I will declare this as a table type, not internal table. This table type I'm using here. There is my method. Now I will implement this method, add implementation. So here I have got my display sales. I can simply write my logic, right? So my output parameter is LT result is equal to my select query, select Weblin, ERDAT, ERZET, ERNUM, and VBTYP from my VBAK table, and then storing it into table, not here, from VBAK, and say up to 10 rows. What's the issue? And method, wait a second. Class implementation and method. My LT result, here is my LT result, okay. This is my exporting parameter. To 10 rows, you can't use. What's the problem here? Oh. Sorry. This is my normal method and I'm using semicolon. Okay. We need to turn it into a AMDP first. So by database procedure, SQLScript, options, read only, and using my VBAK table. Whatever the tables you are using, you are required to map it up. So now it becomes a AMDP method. I'm writing one select query. Let me check up to is allowed or not. Up to 10 rows. Yeah, this is a part of OpenSQL only. We can't use it, no problem. I will activate it. Yeah, you see, my class got activated, right? Now if I try, I can call this method from any ABAP program. So let's check it. New ABAP program. So Z calling AMDP. Okay, we already have this. I will just open it, Control Shift A. There is my class program. Yeah, we created yesterday. So let me just comment it out. I will have here class name, method name. Wait a second. Z second AMDP class. Method. Oh, it should be a static method. Class methods. Activate it. So what I can say here, this is my AMDP method. This is AMDP method. And inside it, what we are writing, our SQLScript code. Writing SQLScript code. So activate it. Now let me just call this again. Here we have display cells. I'll call it. We will get the data. LT output. Data keyword. And here I will just display CL demo output. We can simply send our input here, data, LT output. Now I do the activation and I will check. So run as a ABAP application. Are we getting the results? A SQL script code we written inside a normal ABAP class from ABAP application layer, right? This is my AMDP. If you go and check, if you go and check this particular thing here inside the HANA Studio, you will see the same. Right click on the procedure, refresh it, and again search for it. So filter my display cells. Okay, check this one. A procedure with output parameter. Just see how this output parameter got created. LT result and like this way. That is my select query. That is my select query. That is our SQL script code, right? So are you getting this a little bit how things are happening here? Hmm? Select from table using AMDP. Are you getting this? Samay?
Yes.
Huh? Right? So a basic thing we saw today, tomorrow we will create a table using the this AMDP and some more features we are going to discuss. But again, I am saying AMDP is nothing, but AMDP is going to act as a container where you are going to write the SQL script code. As soon as you will call this AMDP from anywhere, a database procedure will get generated inside the HANA. So using this AMDP, you are going to utilize the procedural capability of HANA development. That is the only reason.